Hi, welcome. My name is Dr. Melody Rodarte. I'm an internal medicine physician in Phoenix, Arizona, and I am so excited to share some great information with my colleague and scientific advisory board colleague, Dr. Rebecca Glasser today. And so we want to take a few minutes to talk about biohacking your life, totally a word that has become familiar in the past few years as we are wanting to take control of the aging process.
And my name is Dr. Rebecca Glasser here out of Grand Junction, Colorado. I've been a plastic surgeon now for 21 years. I've been with LifeVantage for 10 years and also serve on the scientific advisory board for the company. We're so excited to share this information with you today.
So let's share our screen and we will get started here. And so one of the neat words we talked about, we usually talk about is oxidative stress. And if you haven't heard about this word, you will be hearing about this word. It's what is known to cause the aging process. And when it's uncontrolled, you can see how it can damage a cell, damages a tissue and our organ system. And depending on how your genes are expressed in mine, you can see all of these different types of issues there on the left. And those of you who might be science geeks like we are, if you go to PubMed and type in oxidative stress, you're going to notice the vast amount of studies that are out there for your love of information to read.
And I often think about oxidative stress in layman's terms. You know, one of the easy ways to think about it is, for example, taking a piece of metal and leaving that metal outside. That metal will eventually rust. Or if you take an apple and you cut that apple in half, that apple will turn brown. That is exposure to oxygen, or what we think of as oxidation. In the body, that term is oxidative stress. And we do know that oxidative stress is a major leading cause of how and why we age. This slide is so important because it shows you that very first statement right there, that Protandim NRF1 is shown to lower oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. Why that's so exciting to Melody and I is because that's never been done before. There's nothing else out there that's able to lower oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. Then the big question becomes, okay, well, how does it do it? And what it's doing is it's flipping a switch. It's turning on a switch in your body that's called the NRF2 pathway. That in turn turns on a set of survival genes, okay? You don't have to be a doctor to know that survival genes are a good thing. What are some of those survival genes? Well, antioxidant enzymes. So you can see also in the slide that this has been shown to increase SOD, that's an antioxidant enzyme, by 30%, increases catalase by 54%, and look at that last one, increases glutathione by 300% in 120 days. Glutathione is our master antioxidant enzymes. Don't you want to turn these on within your body? In addition to that, we know that we are the only dietary supplement that's actually been shown to extend life in male mice. This was done through the National Institute of Aging. You'll see on the bottom of the screen that NRF2 is made of 5 main ingredients: turmeric, milk thistle, green tea, bacopa, as well as ashwagandha. I'll let you do the next slide, Melody.
And so what you heard were some words that you probably heard about: antioxidants. That's something that we've known about, but you may not have heard about activation. And that's the key thing that we want you to learn today, is activating our body's own antioxidant production and helping those genes express themselves. So this is a great slide for you to kind of have that visual. When you eat your blueberries, when you have your glass of wine, when you eat your broccoli, you are helping your body with reducing oxidative stress, but you can't eat enough. what's happening is you are just neutralizing one free radical at a time. When you activate your body's NRF2 pathway, like on the right-hand side, especially with Protandim NRF2, you are neutralizing 1,000,000 to 1 free radicals. And that's the biggest difference. That's where we get more bang for our buck here. And that's why there are so many patents protecting the NRF2 proprietary blend, because these are herbs that we have heard about, and we want to know why we should take it in this form. So with that, I will actually show this next slide. That's an even better example of what we can think about.
So, again, this isn't about a single ingredient. We talked about those 5 ingredients. You can see them on the bottom: ashwagandha, bacopa, green tea, turmeric, milk thistle. What we found is each of those ingredients are good in and of themselves, but it's something about the synergy. It's something about that combination that's put into Protandim that flips that switch, that turns up that activation of the NRF2 pathway. That's what you're seeing on that on the far right-hand side. You want to be in the red. You want to be in the red in this situation to increase this by 18-fold.
And so if you are about slowing down the aging process, this is what Washington State University is saying about the NRF2 pathway. It potentially is the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. And in this day and age, I find that incredibly important, because I want to help my body with preventing disease, as well as how can I help my body move through things and heal, right? Our cells are so incredible. So this NRF2 pathway is a way for our bodies, to prevent as well as treat, if you think about it that way.
So, as our company, LifeVantage, was looking at the NRF2 pathway, we realized, oh my gosh, there's all of these pathways within the cell. There's not just one that we want to activate. There's other pathways which are important as well. So we discovered NRF1. And NRF1 is a sister pathway that activates our mitochondria. So if you go back to maybe 8th grade biology, you learned about your mighty mitochondria. It's the powerhouse of the cell. It's what creates energy, or in the scientific world, ATP. So many of us experience this, right? So as we get older, what happens? We don't have those energy levels we used to when we were younger. Or maybe it's cold and flu season. Maybe you got sick. Did you feel drained? Did you feel tired? You're losing those energy levels. We know that our mitochondria, they become damaged. They die off as we get older. And so what does Protandim NRF1 do? What it does is it makes more mitochondria and healthier mitochondria. It's flipping that switch on NRF1. So how do you feel it clinically? Well, for one, you feel more energy. And who doesn't want that, right? We're all experiencing that as we get older. So you're going to clinically feel more energy. But in addition to that, it's also really going to help with sleep, particularly what we think about as deep sleep or REM sleep, when the body is able to really rest, recover, and heal. So you can see how this pathway is such a beautiful combination with Protandim NRF2.
And if that wasn't enough, our company was on the ball with something else that is becoming, very well known in this path of biohacking, category of biohacking our bodies. And so sirtuins, we know, are important. They're our CEO of the cell. They tell the cell how to age. And so what we have at LifeVantage is something to help the NAD pathway itself, promote it. You're going to notice there in the middle the ingredients that are added for NAD increase. So we're not actually an NAD product. And you're going to notice that when you take NAD, sometimes you don't feel what you're supposed to feel, which is increased energy and concentration. We'll go through those benefits. But when you give the body the building blocks to increase NAD production, that's the key here. That's what I love about our product right now, is we're the building blocks. So we're not going to get stuck in the production and then the activation, there's that word again, of sirtuin production. And so on the right-hand side, you're going to see by having increased sirtuin activity, by producing NAD, we're going to support healthy longevity. We're going to improve mental focus and concentration. Who doesn't need that right now? You know, we're boosting mental and physical energy. We're helping support the body's natural, healthy inflammatory response. I want to stop there for a minute. If we are in a bubble and there's no inflammation whatsoever, that's actually bad. But the flip side of it is fire that we can't put out. That's worse. And so we want a healthy inflammatory response. The other key part is maintaining cholesterol levels in a healthy range. So many people are scared about cholesterol, but we need healthy cholesterol. It's how our hormones are made. It's how so many things in our body function. So again, there's the word healthy cholesterol, healthy inflammation. There is a pathway to help those processes, as well as helping our vascular system. It's an incredible network throughout our body. So that needs to stay healthy as well.
And this is such a great summary slide, because again, I think a lot of times people might have started with just Protandim NRF2. It's our flagship product, right? So many of our products are made from NRF2 activation. But I also want to show you what happens when you take all three of these products together. It's called the Protandim TriSynergizer. This is actually patent pending right now, because we really want to show how these three sister products work together. So this is looking at genetics, at your nutrigenomics. Nutrigenomics just means using nutrition to change the expression of your genes. So if you look again on the far left-hand side, we talked about, Dr. Rodarte just talked about a healthy inflammatory response. That's that HMOX1 gene. So NRF2 alone, that helps that gene. You get a 50% increase by that. But then look what happens when you take all three of them together. You see that blue bar, 838%. So do you want a little bit of activation? Do you want a good response? Or do you want the best response? If you look again, some of these other ones, our mitochondria, we talked about that, right? So if you look at the PGC1A gene with just NRF1 alone, you're getting a 69%. But if you take them all together, you're getting that best response, 118. So again, the point of this slide is showing you NRF2 alone, or one of the products alone, is good. But when you take all three of them together, they work in synergy. They work to give you the best response within your body.
And so in summary, we just gave you a lot of information. I love this slide. So this is talking about what the TriSynergizer can do for you. So Protandim NRF2 is treating the oxidative stress theory of aging. Again, we are helping our antioxidant gene expression. Our NRF1 synergizer is helping the mitochondrial theory. The term is mitochondrial biogenesis. We want that to happen. Healthy mitochondria to help energy production. And then the NAD synergizer is helping that sirtuin theory of aging for healthy longevity to be happening. So with that, I hope you've learned something new. We are just so excited that you have spent a little time with us in order to learn a few new things that can slow down the aging process, help biohack your life and your health. And if you have any questions, we want you to reach out to us, and we can answer about, how you start these products and how you get these products. The neat part is you can get them at wholesale and free ship, just like we obtain them.
So
Anything?
yes, thank you all for joining us. Again, please reach out to Dr. Rodarte or myself, Dr. Glasser. We're here to help you. We're here to answer questions, and we're so excited for you with the new year to biohack your health and biohack your life.